Over 200 members of the National Union of Metalworkers of South Africa remain underground at the Lanxess Mine in Rustenburg in the northwest. They've been staging a sit-in since the 19th of June, that's last week, demanding recognition of their union, the reinstatement of dismissed workers and the suspension of an official accused of sexual harassment. NUMSA spokesperson Pakamile Majola on the line this morning to give us the latest. Pakamile, a very good morning to you. We understand that you were at the mine till very late last night. Can you give us an idea of what is happening underground? What is happening with the sit-in at the moment?
Yes, indeed, Yuveka. What I can tell you is that as things stand, the management of Lanxess Mines has refused to allow for us to send food down to our members. We had arranged food. There was a food truck that was actually stationed on the premises of the mine. In fact, the term food truck is misleading. It's just a truck carrying boxes of food. And the security just refused to allow that food to go down to our members. The food actually got spoiled from sitting in the sun. This is the management reneging on an agreement which we had come to with the Department of Minerals and Resources on Sunday, where they promised that they would no longer be an obstacle in allowing us to bring food to our members. Since the sit-in began on Wednesday last week, our members have only received food once, and that's on Monday. The way we see it, it's as if this company is trying to starve our members. This is brutal. This is hostile. I mean, even in war situations, you don't have countries attacking people like this, but Lanxess has taken a decision to treat workers like this.
Pakamile, I just want to, I'm not too familiar with what's allowed and what isn't allowed here in cases like this, but can a company actually stop you from sending things like food down to these employees? Because I'm just looking at the information we have, looking at some of them whose health seems to be affected. We see that some of them have fainted as well while staging the sit-in. Can they do that? Is that legal for them to stop you from sending food down?
It's immoral. It's immoral. It's unethical. You don't do that. No company does that. But Lanxess is doing that because Lanxess is one of the worst employers in the way that it treats workers in the mines. And this is precisely at the heart of the strike. This is why our members are so determined not to come up from their sit-in until they have a written agreement on the demands that you outlined earlier, because of the fact that this company cannot be trusted. This is a company that fired 54 workers for embarking on a legal strike and a legal protest. This is a company that victimized a victim of sexual harassment for laying a complaint instead of dealing with the harasser himself. So it's not an environment or management that actually cares about employees. When you speak to the CEO, she'll talk to you like she actually cares. But the truth is, like last week, for example, on Friday, they turned off the electricity. Now, when you turn off the electricity in a mine, the water gets cut off and so does the ventilation. And they only switched it on because we protested and said, you guys are suffocating our members underground. You don't do what Lanxess Mine is doing.
Pakamile, the issues that are at the centre of the sit-in at the moment, what attempts have been made by management there at Lanxess Mine to actually address these issues? It's been a week now since the sit-in has been staged. They're still underground. How far are you in solving the actual problems here?
Well, the problem we have is that on Sunday, it seemed like we were making progress in terms of a provisional agreement. In that agreement, we at least got the management to accept that the manner in which they handled the sexual harassment case was not conducive to the workplace environment, and they agreed that they would suspend the mine captain who's accused of sexual harassment and allow for an internal investigator to look into the matter so that we can find an appropriate remedy for how this situation was handled, and also to deal with other managers who, for example, the HR manager as well as the security managers who continue to victimize this worker for having had the courage to speak about her experience and to lay a grievance against the mine captain. But where we are unable to find each other is in relation to the 54 workers who were unfairly dismissed. And because of that, talks collapsed on Monday night, and of course, and as a result of that, we do not have an agreement, and the sit-in continues.
Very quickly for us, Phakamile, how far are our workers willing to take this sit-in? What next, and how much longer do you think they can continue with this?
In all honesty, Yuveka, for us as a union, we would really like to see an end to this sit-in as soon as possible, because as long as they're underground, we can't control conditions there. There's rock falls, there's tremors. It's a very dangerous situation. But our members are determined. They are saying that until this agreement has been secured, they are not coming up.
All right, thanks very much, Nomsa's Phakamile Hlubi Majola there, just giving us the latest on that situation at Lanxess Mine.